right, let's switch on over. Testing 1, 2, 3 ABC. Throw a little Michael in. Oh wow, so many people here, so much to see, so much to do. Welcome everybody. It is July 18th, 2021, and we have the most lovely guests here tonight. Starting from the top right of my, top left of my screen. Not I didn't change priority for a reason. Bird Cultured, Canadian Thor, Normcore Gaming, and Purse. We have such a lineup of amazing people. I don't understand how these things happen, and I'm just like, whatever. This is me geeking out over the if you guys don't know these people, I'm gonna let them give a proper introduction. Starting with, let's go Normcore.
Returning champion to the show, Normcore Gaming here. So my name is Eddie, but everyone calls me Norm. I stream with my wife Stephanie on this channel, Normcore Gaming, and we play a lot of retro games. And I will just say that we love Pocket. We love him dearly. And that's all there is to it.
God.
Jugs.
What did I do to deserve you guys? Canadian Thor. I should start with love you guys too, and then Canadian Thor. How you doing?
What's afterthought?
What?
Like, think about that if you looked you back. No, so
right?
Thor, founder of Gecko Studios, and also one of the developers of the popular game upcoming Goose Goose Duck.
Yes.
So if you guys have ever heard Goose Goose Duck, I'm one of the developers there, and I do stream on my own channel. We usually play a lot of Goose Goose Duck. Goose Goose Duck. Every time I say Goose Goose Duck, I get 5 cents every time I say it.
Yeah, exactly. It's a great game. I'm just being fully transparent, guys. Like, really play it. It is such an honor to have you here. We'll probably play it some one night. We'll figure out when. Bird Cultured, if you don't mind.
Yeah,
Yes.
no, absolutely.
Also returning.
Yeah, returning guest. Oh my goodness. Yeah, no. Started as a band. I'm half of Bird Culture, the band. If you're into like stoner rock and that kind of weirdness, I do my own music too, Electric Stove, and we stream little of everything, just games that we want to stream. Just a lot of retro, but a lot of like new stuff. Like Val Ferris was a game that we played recently in a medieval, heavy metal games that are like a little bit indie, and so a little of everything. Started
Always
as a band,
good time.
still are a band.
Always a good time by you. And I mean, last but hardly least, not least, don't even think about it. We have Purse. I got Purse on. Thank you so much for being here. Tell us once again, for people who do not know you, guys, follow each and every one of these people right now, or I will hunt you down. Purse, tell them about your channel.
Well, hi everybody. My name is Purse. I play a little bit of everything. We focus on a lot of games that I grew up with. I'm a really big Nintendo guy. As much as they do some questionable things sometimes, I do stick with them. And we play a lot of Nintendo games. Right now, one of my biggest projects is I'm playing through every released Zelda game. So we have fun with that. And
question from the front. No, it's like question. Every released Zelda game, does that include the Tingle games?
Oh.
So I'm doing all of the mainline games right now. People keep asking me, does this include the CDI games?
Yes.
And that was exactly what I was waiting for you to ask. But
yes. No,
I said that we would do like a showcase of some of the weirder ones once I've completed all the main ones.
I think that's a good way to go. Nobody actually wants to see you suffer. Actually, no. I'll be honest.
Well,
those are some of my favorite, like, Game Grumps playthroughs, like the CDI ones, because it's so ridiculous. Yeah. It's so ridiculous. So there's a crazy amount of stuff going on this week. I don't know if I mean, look, these guys haven't spoken about the Switch Pro yet. The Switch Hardly Pro yet. So I think it's been bugging me all week. I think I'll start with that as the topic. I had like a random other topic to talk about, but and just right before I do that, if you guys have anything you want us to talk about, mention in the comments, ask some questions, make some friends over there too. Yeah, we will listen to you. We are here for you. The Switch Pro, Nintendo had 6 years right now. Like they did their, uh, they came out with the Switch. They sent it to people. They probably had some early feedback on the Switch. Then they had 6 years of us playing and consumers telling us, telling them like, oh, here's our feedback on the Switch, and now we get this Switch and it's updated, but for some reason they use the same Joy Cons. You've had 6 years and you're giving us a brighter screen, and the Joy Cons you're not fixing. I don't know. Like, what do you guys? Sorry. It's gonna turn to a rant. So before I do that, someone take it away. Normcore, what were your thoughts on the
Well,
everything?
yeah, I think you bring up a good point about the Joy-Cons because that's obviously one of the biggest issues, especially for people who like to play in handheld mode. I love the Pro controller though. I think it's one of the best controllers. And if you're gonna use that, I mean, but are you gonna use it? Are you gonna use a Pro controller in kickstand mode? Maybe.
Exactly.
But,
Like,
but probably not. So,
when I'm on the subway, I'm
yeah,
like holding one with one hand and one with the other. Like, no.
yeah, yeah. I guess it depends on how you play the Switch. I mean, I just picked up a Switch Lite not too long ago, so I'm not getting the new Switch. I saw the news. It didn't blow my socks off or knock my socks off. I said, okay, hopefully it's cool for people who are into it, but not for me.
Right.
Yeah. How about any of you guys? Any thoughts on this new Switch or that specific issue?
It's definitely it's a weird one. It's a weird move by them, but Nintendo does weird moves all the time. It's nothing new to them that they would do something that make everybody go, "What are you doing?" That is very weird. I mean, cool. It does have some upgrades. The screen looks better. I was curious whenever they first announced it. I was like, how are the Joy-Cons going to fit on it if the screen is bigger? But then somebody told me they just got rid of the bezel. So I was like, okay, that's
Yeah.
a way to do it. So that way
Yeah.
they didn't have to
it.
reinvent their controllers,
That's
even though
it.
they probably
Yeah.
should have. Yeah, it's definitely an interesting one. I don't think it's what anybody wanted, but
Yeah.
it's not hurting me because I don't plan on getting a new Switch.
I mean,
so.
until
Right.
like that, I was like, okay, I get it. It's been a pandemic. It's been all these different things. Like, I get it. It's give them a break. Having a small iteration, it's hard to get a Switch. Put something else on the market. Now people will be able to get a Switch. Great. Have a small iteration. Great. But then it just hit me. My controllers don't work, and if I get a new one, they're still not going to work. And it just hits me where it counts. I don't know what to do.
Just give Daddy Nintendo another $70-$80.
Oh,
Get some more controllers,
will.
and that's all that matters. Don't worry about if they work.
It just
Please.
Take my
kills
money,
me.
Nintendo.
I have to use some of that
Yeah.
money for the Loftwing amiibo so I can actually play Zelda.
My biggest
yeah.
biggest gripe about it though is like I'm surprised. I mean, maybe people are talking about a little bit more, but it's the fact that there's no Bluetooth audio still. And I know that the Joy-Cons are controlled a lot through the Bluetooth, but they still have the channel. I was learning about I guess there's the third party developer who did make a Bluetooth dongle. I have it, and I can't remember what their name is. And they're saying it's missing from the actual codecs from the Switch, and whether it's hardware or
I do remember that they like updated it for something, and so they knew that the Switch had that in the hardware. So yeah, Bluetooth would have been good too. Like, I'm not even upset. I'm not even upset that I can't like use voice chat, and every other console has voice chat on things,
Right.
but like because there's no mic or no Bluetooth, so I could have a controller with a mic. Like, yeah, we're just out of luck there.
Can't you go through their app? Isn't that their thing?
If you want
to
to
use your phone on the side.
Has anyone ever used that?
I have.
I tried it. I tried it once to
trash.
see what it was like, and it's horrible.
Yeah,
Oh,
you have to try it
man.
all.
Um,
Yeah, remember?
I
what-
like
yeah.
the channel kind of funny games, like someone coined the term, I think it was Andy Cortez who coined the term WND, weird Nintendo decisions. So like these weird like decisions that they come up with and like throw out into the wild, it's like, what are they thinking?
Oh my god.
Another WND.
Yeah, and Thor, I don't know, I hope we're not talking over like your knowledge base. I don't know what is your gaming, console of choice? What's your platform of choice?
I am 100% PC.
100% PC.
100% PC. I debated the whole getting the Switch at the start of the pandemic, and then we started making our own games, and our games run on PC as of now. So
wow.
I put off that purchase for a while. So
yeah, that's great. Look, I mean, someone asked today. I was at another streamer's house for like a housewarming, and they're like asking everyone in the room what their first video game they played was, and it's the most geeky conversation I had in a while, and so maybe we'll do a little bit of that here in a little bit. But
or it made you feel super old.
It also made me feel super old. Though I think someone else there was like Commodore 64. No, I think I was the one who had the. No, I was the one. I said like my first game I think was Wario Land 2 or not the one with the black cartridges. The Wario Land, but I feel like it was the second Wario Land. No, it's probably just Wario.
One
Land.
with all the food.
The one where you start off and you've got the dragon helmet and stuff like that.
I don't remember.
You don't remember that. But at the same time,
Wario Land 4, but that was it.
Oh yeah. So okay, so as long as I'm dating myself, So I mean, but I played everything. So PC gaming was definitely my thing as well. So Canadian Thor, what type of PC gaming we talking? Just curious.
I've been getting back into the Halo.
Back into the Halo.
Started the lasso runs last night, and it is quite the game.
Legend.
Yes, forgot how fun that is. But
well, yeah.
working through it, it's gonna be a couple.
What's a lasso run? I've never done that.
So that's legendary all skulls on.
Oh god. Oh god.
Yeah, it's something.
It's an adventure, especially when you don't have the crosshairs. And you gotta just stare at the middle of your monitor, and you gotta pray that you know where it is, so you get these headshots.
Oh wow,
that's insanity. So I mean, you're playing PC, so I guess, and you're playing first-person shooters. I mean, when I grew up back in my day, it was all Diablo. It was all the Blizzard stuff. It was all Diablo. It was all, well, I guess first it was SimCity, then it was Warcraft and StarCraft and Diablo. I mean, did you play any of those or?
I jumped into Diablo when 3 came out. I got into Diablo 3. I put a lot of hours in there.
Oh, see, that's the thing with Diablo 3. It just went in a different direction, and it's just a different beast. And I don't know. It's so different from Diablo 2, and you'll find that with Diablo 4 because I believe they went back in that direction of Diablo 2. You can when you committed to a skill tree in Diablo. Like, you committed to that skill tree. I don't know why. It just... how else would you describe it? Anyone else here was a hardcore Diablo 2 guy? No?
I did StarCraft, but not Diablo.
Okay. Yeah.
I was more StarCraft.
Wait, Purse was raising his hand.
The Zergs, baby, the Zergs.
Yeah, Zerg Rush.
We played a lot of Blizzard games growing up. We had Warcraft, StarCraft, and Diablo, but I had a really strong fascination for Diablo. And while I was pretty young playing them, the only reason I was playing them is because I'm the youngest. I have 2 older brothers.
Yeah.
And my oldest brother is 10 years older than me. So he was the only reason I got to play them. And I'm very thankful because Diablo 2 is in my top 10 favorite games of all time. I love Diablo 2 a lot. The remaster's coming out in like a month or something. It's
I can't
really,
even keep track.
really soon.
Yeah.
Hey, no, I can't either.
Yeah. Right.
So I think somebody told me like last week. I was like, oh my god, that is coming out.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I was huge on Diablo 2. In Diablo 3, I played day out and I played it a lot.
Yeah.
3 is a great game, but it is very different from the first 2. So a lot of people have problems with it, but it is a good game. I enjoy all of them.
Yeah, I guess the only way to kind of put it was like I played Diablo 2, whenever I like touched Diablo 2, I'd be like instantly addicted. It has like this crazy gameplay loop. And I was playing a bunch of Diablo 3 to kind of get that rush again, and I was like, I can't, it just doesn't latch on.
There's something different about it,
and
but I don't know what it is.
I don't know what that is, and yeah.
That was like me with Backyard Baseball, Pocket.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
Backyard Baseball was my jam.
That was such a good game, man.
So good.
Yeah.
Hey, wait, real quick. Not to get us off topic, but your oldest
please.
brother is 10 years older than you. That's the same case for me. How old is your middle brother? How much older than you is your middle brother?
He is, let's see, 7 years older than me.
Okay, so that's where we're different.
Yeah,
I was gonna say I've never met another person with that range where it's like their oldest brother is 10.
Yeah, so I'm 25 and my oldest brother is 34, turned 35 this year. So
yeah, Norm, it's closer. It's pretty much the same thing with me. It's 8 years instead of 10.
Yeah,
but yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
we're all the babies in our family.
Yeah, exactly. Me and Normcore have this like weird thing where we end up finding out like we have some weird similarities that just pop up. Oh yeah, family of 3, was it? Yeah. So this is just one I didn't know. They just happened. So we're gonna get to more gaming, PC gaming stuff soon. But I guess the news that people are obviously trying, wanting to hear about is firefighters free naked woman wedged upside down between 2 buildings.
Say what now?
Excuse me?
Doing the Lord's work.
Yeah. No, I used to start off the podcast with like one absurd story. Like everyone's waiting for that other story, and it's just like, yeah, no, that happened. We'll move on quickly.
What is absurd about that, Pocket? What's weird about that?
They don't know how she got there.
Can I get that full
How did
description
any
one
of
more
us
time?
get here?
They asked
Pocket,
her.
Can I ask a question? Was this Florida?
Oh, that is a good question. That's
a great question.
A rescue crew worked for more than 2 hours to free a naked woman wedged upside down between 2 buildings in Santa Ana, California yesterday. Workers heard the woman screaming and called emergency services. According to the firefighters, the woman was jammed inside a space just 8 inches wide. No information about how she had gotten stuck between the buildings. An auto body shop and an audio employee. Those are the 2 stores. Or why she was nude, or why she was upside down. That's a mystery to all of us here right now, Orange County Fire Authority.
Oh, so California.
Yeah. I don't know. Go with the random news. Yeah, that's some good news. It's better than
Bird is you're a writer. You can make a great story out of that. I look forward to seeing what you'll come up with.
It's happening right now. I'm typing away. I like that. Like, you always, I feel like every year or every like few years, you always hear about like the robbers, like a skeleton they find in a fireplace or like in a weird like wedge between buildings. Like people are trying to rob a place that fell in a crack and then no one knew they were there.
No one heard them.
Oh my God.
Which is an awful, probably one of the top 10 ways to go. But like,
but like, Lord. it's one of those things where it's like you are going to rob the place and you're like sitting there like. Like decisions.
I just can't even imagine. Yeah.
Where did my life go wrong?
Being nude and falling between a crack too. Like,
yeah.
Because like you have a lot of time to think about how you're naked, and if you die, how people are gonna find you. Like you have a good bit of time.
Yeah.
Ugh,
also, I love how like somewhere in there it infers that she was gonna rob the place naked, which is fantastic.
Hey. It's the only way to go.
Yeah.
Shock and awe.
Go
right in.
So there's a lot of news this week. I mean, the 2 biggest things I think will be, I don't think people realize how big a Pokemon MOBA is going to be, and we'll get to that in a second. But why not start with the Steam Deck, right?
Yeah.
Not the brand new Stream Deck. No, the Steam Deck. On the same day, they announced the Stream Deck, the new Stream Deck, and the new Steam Deck. 2 different companies. And that got interesting. But what are you guys thinking about the Stream Deck? It is for those who don't know, it is starts at 400, maybe 450.
I haven't even looked Are you talking about Steam Deck or the Stream Deck?
Sorry, the Steam Deck. The Steam Deck.
Steam Deck. I'm like,
that easy?
I don't even know anymore. The Steam Deck. It starts at like
Steam
400.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah, it
Steam
starts
thing.
$3.99, right?
For all
Gabe-
Canadians, that's $100.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Convert. Yeah, convert for me.
Gabe Newell's new cash cow, whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
It starts like $400 with I think it's 128 gigabytes of storage. Maybe it's 64 gigabytes. 64, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you have to pay like 150 more for each kind of upgrade on it. Yeah,
Oh.
and it's like, what were your initial impressions? Because I definitely have mine, but I'll let you guys go first. Purse, what was your initial impression?
So, well, I said like Nintendo is like my big thing.
Yeah.
Along with Thor, who's like really strictly PC. I stick to PC and my Switch. That's like, or PC and Nintendo. Those are my two. I kind of ignore Xbox and PlayStation nowadays. So Valve is another company that I am very much like addicted to because they formed a lot of my childhood games that I loved. Half-Life is another one of my favorites.
They did so many good things. Like, whatever. In gaming, they take their time and they do
they
so
did.
well.
Along with Portal. Portal is one of my favorite series
my
ever.
God, yeah.
It's very frustrating to like them as well, just like Nintendo, because they don't make games very often.
Yeah.
But the Steam Deck, somebody posted it in my Discord the other day when they announced it, and I just looked at it and I went, okay. And then I kind of scrolled past it. But then people kind of kept talking about it. It kept popping up, and I was like, all right, what is it? So I looked into it. I was like, does this need an internet connection? No, you can install the games to it. I was looking into it, and it's growing on me pretty fast. I think it's a really cool idea. It's weird that they dropped it out of nowhere.
I mean, I don't know. Less nowhere, right? Because they skipped all the E3 hype, just like Nintendo
Yeah.
did. They waited for Nintendo to launch their next thing.
Yeah.
Saw the response from them. They're like, you know what? Let's go for it.
Yeah.
Let's make
Yeah.
a freaking Sega Game Gear for this generation. And
They made the super Nintendo Switch. Well, it had to be completely intentional for what they did. I mean, you can literally spit to the like Nintendo building from the like Valve building in Seattle. So like, there's they definitely knew what they were doing, knew what Nintendo was going to release, knew everybody was going to be kind of disappointed, and just like swooped in and said, well, if you want to play all those cool games, how about this?
How about this? It only runs Linux, so I don't know if it plays Goose Goose Duck. What could it?
You can actually install
know if it's
Windows
worth
on
it.
it, I guess. Steam has said you can put whatever operating system you
Oh,
want
did
on
they?
it.
Oh, really? Yeah,
Oh,
I've heard
wow.
it's basically just a handheld computer. Like
Yeah.
you can do anything on it.
Yeah.
Right.
With-
So that means you can put an emulator on it.
Oh,
Yeah.
totally.
Probably.
it's-
You can put
probably.
any launcher on it, I guess.
Yeah, it's-
even in its current state, but I
Yeah.
guess you can install Windows on it if you want.
Yeah,
Man.
it starts out as the Linux box, which you can totally do all that. Yeah. How about Crimson Inkling popped in accidentally. Sorry about that. This is what happens when I don't go to a private channel. But what was I saying? Yes, the Steam Deck. Who hasn't given their impressions on it? Probably. Yeah, my impression on it was like it just felt like a Game Gear, but I feel like now you could probably do a Game Gear. Like,
Really
I feel
funny
like there's
because Game Gear did not even cross my mind, but it definitely looks like
I
a Game
definitely was
It's a
Gear.
thinking
Game Gear.
I was thinking
Yeah.
Game
it
Gear.
looks like a Game
Why-
Gear.
My
Sorry.
my question is why so from a design standpoint, I haven't held one of these things and actually played a game on it, but why are the joysticks right next to the buttons? They're kind of
That's weird.
it seemed laid out
Oh,
kind of
really?
weird.
But it also
That
has
was my-
to
that
be
was my
like
initial
pretty nice,
impression.
actually.
it also has the trackpads.
Yeah.
From
Yeah.
the Steam box, and it's
Yeah.
like it's it's interesting because people are finally excited about the Steam consoles.
Yeah.
Like what Yeah, well, because this is not the first time they've done this. This is
They did
like
the
the
Steam
third.
boxes, right?
They did the Steam boxes. They did the Steam Link, and this is now the
Yeah.
Steam Deck.
I
So
like Steam Link.
yeah, exactly. Steam
Steam
Link,
Link is
which now is on
nice.
your phone.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Yeah, but the interesting thing is like everyone's saying that like this is if like back to like the buttons and whatnot, like it looks weird because like everything's inline and really high up, but like I guess once you hold it, you understand completely. And then like the trackpads on it, I guess, are a little bit better than what they have on the actual Steam controllers.
yeah, I have the
Which,
Steam controller.
yeah.
It's an okay controller. It's just
Mhm.
super weird. It's always
Right.
even on that controller, it's gonna feel weird. But the thing is, like, how else do
Mhm.
you do a trackpad? How else do you put a PC game on that without a trackpad? And so like they have that trackpad.
Interesting.
Yeah, but 2 hours of battery life, right? I think it's 2 hours,
2 to 8.
2 to 8,
I think is
which is
which is a hell of a
Yeah,
like,
like,
it's a
that's-
heck of a
range.
It's like
Yeah.
like what?
it's 6 hour I guess one's probably like you have it on just laying on like the couch, and
It
then
said
2 hours is if you're actually using it.
it said if you play 2D games, it'll last longer. So games are just less intensive, I guess.
Yeah, because it's a
but I
computer,
don't
right?
know.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that does make sense.
And then does the lowest model have an SSD, or is that only the higher
It's
up
just
ones?
it's just the second one and the third one.
Which
I
is
don't know what the
wild,
first
but
one is.
yeah, that's super weird to me because that would kill battery life pretty fast if you're constantly like
It
running
says
you
it's
said it
an
was
eMMC, but I have no idea what that is.
That's the memory
and
type.
it's 64 gigs of hard drive. You said.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, so like the very fast hard drive storage.
Aren't there games that are bigger than that on
Yeah,
Steam?
so
Yes.
that's the
Yes,
issue.
there are.
That's one of my biggest issues with it. See, like
Mhm.
all these things feel like, well, sorry, the storage issue is not something that the Game Gear really had, but they
No.
just kind of made games that were optimized for it. But the battery life thing was ridiculous. The Game Gear took like 8 AA batteries. It was ridiculous, and then it lasted like 2 hours. It's, I don't know. That's the
Just
thing
put
about it.
put all the Steam games on cartridge and get cartridges. Let's go back to cartridges. Why not?
Yes.
Yeah. You know what? That would be very interesting. I would no, like literally. Why don't they go a
The
little
return of the
backwards?
cartridge, baby. Yeah.
Yeah, allow Steam to like license cartridges out. Have them
Mhm.
make their own format. Put them on SD
Yeah.
cards.
Put them on
What did
floppy
the
disks.
the
Yeah, put 'em-
PSP, what did that have? The
Oh,
UMDs.
the micro
Oh, those
discs.
little tiny
Yeah.
like little
Universal-
tiny,
UMD, that's what they're called.
Yeah.
UMD, that's it, where it's like it's basically a little mini hard drive.
Yeah.
Spider-Man 2.
Spider-Man
Mhm.
2 and the bonus disc, which had the Zootons, Cold by something, I forget. Like it had a couple songs. Oh, whatever. I almost memorized all that stuff. We got a question from the audience. Do you think it'll actually be successful? I think right now everything is selling like hotcakes. Like,
Mhm.
Yeah.
that's the thing. There's just so much demand out there for gaming consoles at this specific timing that right now, like, I think there's an article that said like Q2, Q3, as in the first pre-orders are sold out, and like
Mhm.
scalpers are doing their thing. Same with the others. Sorry,
Not surprising.
but there was another article saying, it was a video by Review Tech USA, saying that like eBay is preventing the scalping somehow. eBay is banning the scalped consoles, which is interesting.
That's
I don't know. Yeah, like I don't know how it can pull that off, but somehow it is.
I'm
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I
No,
don't want to
please.
interrupt you.
No,
I was just gonna
please.
say I'm curious. I want Thor's opinion on it because he was talking about earlier like you just mainly stick to PC, so you're like I don't want to buy
Yeah.
any of these other things. What do you think about a handheld PC? Does it pique your interest at all?
So for me, I'm sure if I had places to go, like let's be real, it's a pandemic. I wake up every
Yep.
morning, I come to this desk, I sit in this desk for probably like 18 hours, and
Yeah.
then I never leave. Well, you know what? I'd be like interested in using like a handheld for like a couple hours. Like maybe I'll go like to the basement or something to cool off and play a little game, a little gaming.
Yeah.
But
So
like,
I'd be open to it.
is that like a is that worth $400 or something?
I don't think it's worth. No, I don't.
Yeah.
I think at that point, then I would look at the Switch again.
Yeah,
or...
exactly. Like, I don't know. I'm like, I'm not. I use it. I was like, man, I could get that finally. I could have a gaming console I could use for streaming. Wait,
Yeah.
I should buy a computer. like,
Yeah.
Right.
wait,
What's
what?
interesting is that it's the fact that you could play your whole Steam library on it that's huge because if you buy a Switch, you're going to buy games, and
Yeah.
like that's going to add up to close to 400, but depending on what you get.
Yeah.
I mean, if you already have a
Yeah.
ton of games in your Steam library, you could just play them. Maybe you
this-
have stuff you haven't even played before. It's like,
Is this
now you
where
play
we
it
say?
portably.
Is this where we say that like Hollow Knight only costs $15, and that'll be like half
Well,
your
you
library?
you should have that game on every console ever because it's one of the best games of all time. So, I mean, I don't know why
Yeah.
that's even a question, Pocket. That should already be owned twice on the same PC.
Yeah, it's so good.
In case you lose one of them, you have a backup copy.
Yep. Yeah, I do have 2 copies somewhere, but that's not important. Yeah, it's a weird thing. Like, when am I going to need to play when am I going to need to play Control on the go? Though I guess that you can also do that on. You can do that on. No, you can't do that on Switch. It's only the cloud version.
Streaming, yeah.
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 What am I?
Here's another thought. Here's another thought.
Yeah.
Does this appeal to kids?
Uh,
I don't think it
kids
is.
like Canadian Thor and me growing up, right? Like
Right.
we
That's
grew up
that's
with,
like a niche.
yeah,
It's like a niche market. I think a big thing about whether or not it'd be successful is will families and kids be into it, because that's where Nintendo
Yeah.
kills it is
Yeah,
the kids want Minecraft on the Switch. That's
you can
that's
have.
the thing. Like,
Can it do RTX? Like, can it do ray tracing Minecraft? If it can do like a better Minecraft, maybe.
right.
But I guess I don't know what the deal is with ray tracing Minecraft. You might need like actual ray tracing hardware to do it. But I could see there being an appeal if it's like you can play your Minecraft with mods on the go. But then again, Minecraft is a social game, so yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
just a thought. Just a thought.
yeah. It's a weird yeah. Thor, were you going to say something?
No, I was just saying. Like, I think that's where I agree. The Nintendo market is where the kids would go. I don't think the kids are going to switch over to the Steam Deck.
Yeah. What about the PlayStation crowd? Like the Xbox and PlayStation crowd. Where are they going to go for their portable gaming? Because
That is a good question because they really seem to stick to their Xboxes and PlayStations. They don't. I have a lot of friends that are like Xbox only, and anytime I talk about PC stuff, they're like, ugh. Like they're not interested in a lot of that stuff. It seems.
Yeah. Which would bring us to our next news story. It turns out that Netflix, within the next year, apparently, is trying to get into the gaming market. Now, I don't know if I saw this in a accurate source, but there's rumor of PlayStation being involved with this.
Yeah, that's the new rumor.
So that is very interesting. I mean, what are your thoughts? I'll go.
I feel like we've been hearing this like for a while now. Like that Netflix is getting like every other year. I feel like it's popped up. Like, are they getting into gaming?
They're gonna do
and
it.
And then they do those movies that are like choose your own adventure that like kind of fall flat of being a game, but like they're interactive. So
yeah,
there was what was that service? It was like Netflix, but for video games. What was it?
OnLive.
Gamefly. Gamefly is what I'm thinking of. Are they still around?
Yeah, Gamefly's still around.
Still use that. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I had OnLive briefly. That was like the first streaming platform.
Yeah, that was the first like streaming thing.
Like in 2012, around the 2010s.
It was huge. Yeah. I don't know. There is a Scott the Woz episode that talks about all the streaming services for games. So he definitely does go into that. Not that you guys. Yeah. If you guys don't know Scott the Woz, then I'm sure you guys all know Scott the Woz.
I mean, in a way, Game Pass is kind of like the Netflix because it's games on demand.
Game Pass is insane.
Yeah. I mean, so imagine if you could get Game Pass on your Stream Deck. or Steam Deck.
No, you
on
can.
on your Steam. If
You can.
Run it on my stream deck.
Yeah,
you
go
can,
put
right?
it on my
Because you
stream
get
deck.
yeah, I know.
Put
No,
it on
so
there.
so you get the Game Pass for PC on the Steam Deck. That's pretty huge. You get access to all sorts of like a huge library of PC games. That's
So people have been saying that that's like, well, that's another, big thing that people have been talking about, that this is a big move for Xbox
Yeah.
rather than
Right.
Steam. Like this is just like another avenue. And like if this does well, the interesting thing is I don't think that Steam is really trying to like hold the market there. They're trying to make a market there.
right. Right.
They're trying to all they need is like they want these Linux machines, or doesn't matter. They just want to make portable gaming computers a real thing. But man, yeah, it's so interesting. Netflix has a couple games. They have Minecraft Story Mode, I believe, which I haven't tried
I
yet.
forgot.
Yeah.
I forgot that they have that. How does that work? Because it's on Netflix.
Yeah, I don't know how story mode works. I know I did play their like Black Mirror kind of visual
right.
novel-esque choose your own
Yeah.
adventure type thing. I think they have a couple of those types of things. But I don't know how story mode works. Yeah, I mean, no one's played that.
I just
have
can't
they?
imagine
No.
because it's like Netflix is on everything.
Yeah.
So how do they get it to where you can control it with literally everything that it's on? Because
I mean, that's fine. That's not a big
it's-
issue. I mean,
it's
sorry.
interesting to me.
As I like, I have Stadia. Well, I don't. I have the Stadia like kit. I tried it, and I have Game Pass, and so like I've seen what they can do from phones, from TVs, and just like, okay, just plug in this wire. With Stadia, I think they have a Wi-Fi device. It's a Wi-Fi controller, so you can connect that Wi-Fi controller up to things. It's fine, right? It knows you might have to like tap a certain button combination so it can pair up with your device, so it knows which device. But at that point, it knows, and then you're fine. So it works, and it works well. I mean, how do you guys feel about streaming services in general? Because I definitely have a bunch of opinions on that. They seem to work well until you play something that's real time.
Yeah.
But there is a value prop there. I don't understand why these places don't lean into be like, hey, understand you're not going to be playing fighting games on this, but play Dragon Quest 11. Play probably even Final Fantasy 7 remake. Play all these games that are less any of the RPGs or strategy games. Whatever. That's my 2 cents. What about you guys? What do you guys think?
I like. I mean, like it's in chat's come of like streaming services are a terrible idea, but like I accidentally played. Just recently did a birthday stream, so like a lot of beverages were had. But
Yeah.
at the end of the night, threw on. I have PlayStation Now on my computer, and I forgot that it's only streaming like a bunch of games to PC. You can't download them. So I was actually playing Medieval like for PS4, which you can't play like on PC, but you can download to your PS4, but you could stream it.
Okay.
So I was literally streaming a game to my Twitch channel. So streaming a stream.
Yes.
And it should have been worse than it was. Like it was like like the visuals like on all the streaming on PlayStation Now are, like they're obviously worse, but like at the same time, like I don't have a PS4 or PS5, can't play like half these games. Like
Yeah.
they have a bunch of PS3 games, even like the Metal Gear Solid 4 you can play on
Crazy.
PlayStation Now streaming service. Yeah, it's wild.
It's
but
crazy.
yeah, it's interesting. There's you can definitely tell you're playing on a streaming service. Like there is like a
little bit of lag.
weird lag, but like it's not super noticeable, but it's there. And some of like they don't give you like 4K resolution and all that kind of stuff. So there's definitely a difference. But if you don't have a better way to play something, then why not?
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, it is like you said. When I booted up Dragon Quest 11, it looked better than a streaming service delivering Dragon Quest 11 should look. Like that was like it was like 4K Dragon Quest 11. It probably was not 4K, but it was really really high definition Dragon Quest 11
Right.
in whatever real time and whatnot. Like it was really good, and it felt super liberating that like I didn't have to sit there, click download Dragon Quest 11, wait 10. No, I can just click. Let's just try this out, and boom, I'm in this 60 gigabyte game or whatever it is. I don't know. So that felt really interesting. That felt really great.
Right.
Yeah. Has anyone else here tried the streaming, or is it just me and like?
I've tried it with the Steam box or whatever,
Yeah.
the one that plugs into your TV. I have mixed opinions on it. I think I'm really picky about like Bird Culture was saying. There's that weird lag that's there that you can tell.
Yeah.
And sometimes if like your internet is unstable, it'll just like get really bad for a second and then go back to normal. Stuff like that bothers me enough to where I'm like, I'm just gonna go play it on my computer or
Yeah, exactly.
something like that. So I don't think it's hurting anybody. Like, it's there for people that want it, but I don't prefer it. It's very interesting. The technology's really cool, but yeah, there's just some things that bother me about it, and I'd rather just play it straight up off of a download.
Yeah. Yeah, streaming, and this is just like kind of the beginning of it, so it's gonna get better. We'll see in time how this kind of continues. There's even more gaming news in the sphere. Yes, you may not know this.
My
But
goodness.
The hottest thing. Among Us has an Irish translation now. That's the
I think I saw that.
Praise
yeah.
be.
Like
I'm sorry, guys. I get to work. I gotta go do something right now.
I know. Oh God. Oh.
Fun. No.
Use
Sorry.
Google Translate.
I love
Thor.
so Canadian Thor is a developer for a game that I think is better than Among Us. It's called Goose Goose Duck. Check it out. And I'm like he's gonna go. Oh, it's like, oh, I gotta code a translation. I got to code an engine that translates it into Irish now to be competitive.
What does
Yeah.
even translating to Irish mean?
Yeah,
I've-
it's not Gaelic or it's
Yeah,
Irish.
yeah,
How
they
much-
speak English, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not familiar. An ancient language and one of the most popular video games the past years have collided. Seriously? Irish
there you
localization.
That's
go.
what it is.
Yeah.
That's
When is
amazing.
when does the Hebrew version come out?
Yeah, when am I getting my Yiddish translation of
What
Among
are
Us?
people asking for here?
Also, like, was this just like a day that they hired a how much text is in Among Us? I know they have the
That's a good
title,
point.
and then they have player.
Then you have your
Like,
role.
it probably
Yeah,
wasn't
menu.
that. I would think it's not that big of a project, but
That
I mean,
ambitious.
it needs it, I guess.
Either that or they're looking for publicity and it changes absolutely nothing. It could just be like a
That's
joke headline.
possible.
They're like, we have this like PR statement
They're
now that we're kind
threatened.
of losing ground. Yeah, they're feeling
Threatened by that goose game, man.
Yeah,
That they
yeah.
hear that goose.
Yeah. They're like,
hear
oh,
that
I heard
goose.
just running 15 players. If only you could have 16.
Ooh.
throw shade, throw
That's like a-
shade.
That's like a LAN party.
No, I'm not gonna throw too much shade. I respect, like, they made a good game.
No, for sure.
They weren't prepared for it because it was 2 years after they released it.
Yeah,
Jump
Yeah,
back
very
from it.
weird.
It is a crazy story for those who don't know it. Like, yeah, they came out with the game and no one played it, and then 2 years after, like, streamers pick it up and they're like, bam, all the traffic in the world. Like, I think it's
Mhm.
still at the top of the eShop for Switch, which is surprising to me because I don't know how to gauge Among Us's popularity. If I go on Twitch, there's like 20 people playing it, right? If I go on Twitch and look at, like, I mean, how do you gauge popularity? If you go on this, and then if you go on the Switch eShop, it's like #1 or something. Maybe I have to take a look
Kids
at
are
that
still
now.
playing it. Kids are still
Oh,
all about
kids
it.
are still
I saw
playing
my
it?
nephew.
Yeah.
I saw my nephew this weekend, and he's like, "You want to play Among Us?" He's like, sus, like using the lyric, like. It's they still got a stranglehold on the children. Like as long as like kids think it's cool, like it's gonna be
Not the
popular.
children.
And Jack's right. It's because it's mobile. So mobile coming soon. We're waiting for
Yes.
Apple approval. As soon as we get that Apple approval,
Oh,
iOS, Android.
I've-
and then
that's
who knows?
huge.
Maybe we'll go for the Switch next.
I've dealt
Game
with
changer.
them. I've dealt with Apple's approval system. I know what you're going through there. That's tough, man.
Yeah, I feel a little bad for
and
like
kids,
May.
and
No problem.
and kids have phones now.
Still going.
Like 10-year-olds have phones now, so it's like, you know.
Is Goose Goose Duck on Android?
It will be. Yeah,
It
so
will
the
be.
Android's like pretty much good to go. It's as soon as iOS gets approved.
Yeah,
It'll be
yeah.
released the same week, and then probably that week as well, we'll also leave Steam Early Access.
I'm so whatever. I know this is me just geeking out. We have so much to talk about. I'm so excited for that launch, man. That's gonna be great.
It's gonna be. I know people are waiting for it. I know Jack's waiting for it.
Unjacked?
I'm like pushing it just for Jack. I'm unjacked, just pushing it for him.
Yeah. We're doing it for you, man. We're doing it for you. Oh yeah, see there, he's saying it. It's popular because it's on mobile. That's the only reason. It's fascinating. That's so weird.
Accessibility.
Yeah, I don't know.
Availability.
I don't even understand how it it's also a paid game, and it was able to rise. You know, I don't understand. Oh wait, no. On mobile it was free.
Yeah,
On
mobile
was free. There you go. That's right. It was free with ads. Yeah. See, he's already correcting me. So, how soon can we expect a Irish translation?
I mean, so we are working on multilingual. We do
Yeah.
actually have like some community members that are translating like the lines. So I think like our biggest section is gonna be that tutorial section. So we
Oh, yeah?
threw that in last week. It's only English.
I should
We do have some people in the community.
I should ask my dad to help you guys with like a Yiddish translation, just to like one up this article. He could do it. He could totally do it. Man, that's crazy. Okay.
But most of the Goose Goose Duck stuff, it's strictly based on priority. So there's a lot of like suggestions, like let's get this in there. It's like, yeah, we can. Like it wouldn't take that long, but
Right.
like we should incorporate this other feature first.
Yeah.
Push it down the list a bit.
Yeah, a little bit. So like key binding, I know everyone wants key binding. Everyone
Okay.
wants to be able to change the map from the lobby. We can do it.
That's
But
so.
we have to make sure the game works as a whole.
It's
first.
so cool. It's so cool hearing that. Like I'm as an aspiring indie dev who has nothing to his name. Like it's really cool to hear this stuff from the inside. What are you most excited about? That's coming. Either a feature that's coming in the pipeline or something that
I'm excited now. So now that we got Nexus Colony, so we released Nexus Colony, which is the third and final space map on Monday.
Ooh.
We created a new role. So there's the pigeon role, and then on Thursday we did from noon to I believe 8 p.m. that night. We incorporated the Birdwatcher role, so we can get new roles like very quickly. So now we're done with space. We're moving on to a whole new theme. We're moving on to Victorian England. We're introducing 2 new game modes. We're getting away from classic.
Oh
It's
man.
Foul Play and Duck the Ripper. Those are 2 exciting game modes. And of course, with
great.
that, we bring in a bunch of new stuff. So new Death Stingers, new pets, new cosmetics, lots of new.
Oh
And
my god.
now all the students are out of school.
Yeah.
We're running.
That's-
We're running.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, I can't wait. That's so freaking cool. Yeah, so if we were to go to the next article, apparently Elgato put out a $200 face cam with streamer friendly features. I don't know. I'm trying to see over here what exactly those features are. But
What's up?
Have
So
you
it's
guys-
their own webcam?
yeah, they have their own webcam. Let me post that.
Interesting.
Yeah. I'll post it in the
Let's
chat
see.
for everyone.
It says it does
Oh.
1080p 60 FPS.
Does it like do
They'll-
head tracking and stuff, or is it?
There's
If
no
its
mic
software
in it.
has it.
No autofocus.
Oh, no.
Interesting.
Oh.
Interesting.
$200 and I can't autofocus. Whoa! What was that?
I try not to. All right, Elgato. Sorry, I'm on Dexerto.com,
Okay.
and they're saying, okay, it's Elgato built a camera hub that gives complete manual control over fine-tune everything, exposure, balance, zoom. So it's that what we were talking about before. You can control it, but you have to. It's a third-party app.
Yeah.
And
Okay. Like all their
Yeah.
stuff.
it says, oh, here's the fixed focus f/2.4 lens. I don't know if that's the right way to read that. Is
Yeah.
tuned to look good from about 20 to 30 centimeters to a meter away. So it is that normal thing, and then you can just adjust it it really is just made for people who are not moving around a lot and like have their setup, I guess.
Yeah.
So, yeah. They released, yeah, and this article says they released a lot of other things too they're coming out with. So,
Yeah. There's
I like what Smithy said. Smithy said Elgato's becoming the Apple of stream equipment. It's kind of true. They're making like everything you need for streaming
uh,
at this
they're,
yeah,
point.
right.
they're also like the only name that you know will work. I don't know. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
it is true. Sadly,
I have a
yeah.
ton of Razer stuff, and
Oh,
they're
yeah.
it's the same kind of thing. And like my capture cards, the Razer, whatever it is, because it had a cooler form factor. It's just a little black box, but yeah, like I feel like they're both trying to battle for that space to be that Apple of the streaming, like those two companies, because yeah, they have their own ecosystems, and
Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I've never touched anything that was as seamless as Elgato's stuff. But man, I guess I've got to see the reviews on the Razer stuff. I used to
Yeah,
have
it
one of
works
those
for me.
Razer computers, the ridiculous gaming computers. But yeah,
No,
yeah,
I mean,
I got a Razor scooter back in my parents' house.
yeah. There you go.
yeah,
There you go.
Yeah,
same
hop on
company,
that thing.
right?
Yeah.
yeah.
I love how.
I've
Yeah.
seen both, like as far as like the capture cards go, like I use the Razer capture card, and then LaForce, the second half of the channel, is uses an Elgato, and it's
Okay.
pretty much the same.
Yeah, that makes.
They're both plug and play.
Uh,
Yeah.
okay. I found something that if we don't talk about it, people will probably get upset with me. The Nickelodeon fighting game. People are looking at that
yes.
Nickelodeon fighting game and being like, "This is the greatest thing ever." How has Nintendo not done this? Like, how, as in like, they look at the Nickelodeon fighting game and they look at Smash Brothers and they're like, "This will be better than Smash Brothers because it has rollback netcode." And I'm like, I don't see how that's going to happen. For a multitude of reasons, but apparently this is made by I completely gave it like I completely passed by it because I was like, look, I've played Cartoon Network Punch whatever
Yep,
Royale. Like
know
I own that for some reason. Like there is a Smash Bros. Clone with Optimus Prime and I think Simon Belmont and Bomberman for the PS1. Someone here knows this.
Mhm.
Right? Yeah, see, person knows what I'm talking
All
about.
Stars Battle Royale or something. All the
Right.
names are always like,
That was
Yeah.
the PS3 one, right?
And that is
Yeah,
PlayStation
yeah.
All Stars Battle
PlayStation All-
Royale as well.
Yeah.
And all of them fail. I have not seen a Smash Brothers except for maybe Rivals of Ether. Like
Yeah.
Rivals of Ether, I played. I was like, okay, this is acceptable. I have never seen a Smash Brothers clone actually kind of function. just function. And it's just interesting
Yeah.
to me because it's like there are all these other fighting games, but with Smash Bros, there's really just Smash Brothers. There's Brawlout and Brawlhalla, and I know there are fans of those, but I haven't been able to get into those. You know.
I'm not trying to be cynical,
Yeah.
but when I saw the tweet and I watched the trailer for this game, I'm like, this is a cash grab. It's
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
millennials will buy this nostalgia. They'll want to play as Ariel Monsters characters. They'll want to be SpongeBob. Like millennials will just they'll buy this. And I'm like I'm not trying to be cynical because I know like some people are stoked about this game, and if you're stoked, like play it and enjoy it and love it. I don't want to like throw a wet blanket on you, but I watched the footage and something looks off about it. I don't know what it is. It doesn't look like they put a lot of effort into this. It kind of seems like a random amalgamation of the grab bag of
Well, it's
the Nickelodeon characters and let's
yeah.
sell it and have people buy it.
It's made by the thing is they contracted the guys who did Slap City, so it does have like Slap City. I think people did like, which is it is a Smash Bros. Clone. It's an indie game. I mean, here you can just kind of see like they've got random anthropomorphic birds and whatever. Like it's whatever. For what I remember, it was a serviceable Smash Brothers indie clone. So they might have me there, right? They might have me where they actually put out like a decent product there. But yeah, I don't see these studios don't put out good games. You know, it's always shovelware.
Yeah.
It's always shovelware, and it's so easy for them to not do that. So like, it might be the fact that they've got Ludosity, the guys who do Slap City, that might be a saving grace, but like they already have Cartoon Network I think already has like a fighting game, a brawler on the Switch, which was one of the early games on the Switch, and now it went. You can buy it physical, or you could get it for like literally $3 on the eShop. It's shovelware is shovelware. I remember once I was gifted from someone sent a company a copy of Monsters Inc. But it was this was it was Monsters Inc. for the Game Boy Advance. But
Ooh.
because it was THQ. THQ made all these shovelware games. Because it was such
They did, yeah.
shovelware, it was also Scooby-Doo and the Cyber Chase. It was a dual pack. And it was like two horrible games in two different ways. And I don't know.
Yeah.
I've got a great question for the table. What is the most interesting, worst, best piece of shovelware you've played? Like, what is the most notable piece of shovelware you've played?
Ooh, I gotta
I've
think
played
on
like
that.
I've played my handful. I've got Shrek All-Star like Swamp Battle whatever. I buy the shovelware because it's hilarious. I was just playing for my mod's birthday. We were playing Dora the Explorer Saves the Ice Princess. And yeah, it was not good.
I'm trying to think if there's anything I've played because they are really funny to look at.
They're
Does
so
Nick-
funny. Yeah.
Does Nicktoons Racing count? Do you guys remember that one?
I would think so. Yeah, I would think so.
It's up there, But
It's
how was
not
it?
good.
It's not.
It wasn't. I had it on PC when I was a kid. And my parents got it for me because they thought it'd be like Mario Kart. And
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
wait, no. Wait, what about Sonic Racers? You guys ever play Sonic Racers? On
A lot of
PC?
people played that. I never played it, but a lot of people did and said it was like decent.
it looks good. I mean, from
It's
afar.
got good music.
Yeah, the Sonic music for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's like
Yeah.
a bunch of them too, right? Wasn't there? There's like the Crash Bandicoot, the Donkey Kong.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Barrel was it? Wait, did Donkey Kong
Yeah.
have a
No,
racing game?
I don't think it's Donkey Kong.
Okay. Because they
Diddy
te-
Kong
They
did.
Diddy Kong Racing.
No,
Diddy
they
Kong,
Kong
that's it.
Racing, yeah.
there's a
That's a good
trailer.
game.
There's a trailer for Donkey Kong Racing.
Never came to be. I
Never
remember
came
seeing
to
it in Nintendo Power. It was in Nintendo Power. It never
Really?
happened.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there is a like teasing trailer for Donkey Kong Racing, but that was like right before
He
the
was,
rare.
he was like riding
Riding-
Rambi.
Yeah, he's riding the
or-
Rhino.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, it's super cool. And then, but
It would have been awesome.
I think that kind of turned into Banjo Pilot, but Banjo Pilot was a game after that. And then the
Yeah.
DS port of Banjo Kazooie. Sorry, not Banjo Kazooie. The DS port of that would be interesting. The DS port of Diddy Kong Racing, which was instead of Conker, you had Teeny Kong for some reason. Yeah, Smithy has a interesting note here. Sonic All-Star Racing isn't half bad. That actually,
Good game.
I enjoy Sonic All-Star Racing Transformed more
Yeah.
than Mario Kart, and that's probably another unpopular opinion that I'll get scolded for. All I do on this channel is have unpopular opinions that I get scolded for. It's
I've heard
fantastic.
people say that.
It's great. It has the Diddy Kong Racing thing where you race in boat, plane, and car, but it does
Oh,
it does it
cool.
That
all
was
on the same level.
sequel, right?
All-Star Racing
I
think-
Transformed.
Yeah, Transformed. Yeah,
Yeah.
because there's All Stars, and then there's a third one, or just Sonic, right?
There's more. There's a few. I know for sure.
And it has like a ridiculous cast. You can play as like Ulala from Space Channel 5 against
Mhm.
Wreck-It Ralph,
Oh.
against
Oh God.
the
Wait, Wreck-It
GoDaddy
Ralph, Wow.
race car girl. I forget her name, but like
Danica Patrick?
yeah, you can play as Danica Patrick. It's
What?
it's a surprisingly good game. It is
This is Sonic?
All-Star Racing
Yeah, that's-
Transformed,
That's
and they all
wild.
have like super moves, and it is surprisingly good.
How did they get Wreck-It Ralph in there?
They've got. I mean, like I've got to look this up because they've got console exclusive characters.
Weird.
Yeah,
It
and
is
I'm
very
talking.
weird.
The game I played was for the Wii U, so all the characters I listed are for the
Yeah,
Wii U.
I remember that one. Yeah.
Oh, it's Sonic and All Stars Racing.
Oh, okay.
Sonic
Okay.
and All Stars.
For
Yeah.
anyone who couldn't.
They have
Sonic's not considered an all-star. He's with the
Yeah.
all-stars.
Yeah,
He's just there.
they have I think they have the heavy on PC from
Like from Team Fortress?
from Team Fortress. Yeah.
What?
Such
Okay,
a
so
weird combination of people.
That just
Pyro,
wow.
Heavy, and Spy. And
Oh my
Football
gosh.
Manager for PC only, Shogun, Alex Kidd. Apparently
Oh, yeah,
unlocked.
Yeah, it's Sega
Makes-
Genesis.
Yeah, that makes sense. Whereas like the GoDaddy
Yeah.
thing, that
Yeah.
doesn't make any sense.
They couldn't get Restar in this. Is that his name? The little
Oh
star
yeah,
guy.
Restart.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Restar.
Is it
Rystar,
or
Restart?
Rye?
I have no idea.
RY star.
This is like that scene in Pirates of the Caribbean where they just like throw random crap in the cannon and just shoot it out, like utensils and stuff are flying because they're like, just put everything in it. Just put it. Who cares? Who can we get? Let's get them in this game.
Someone
They-
will want this.
They put
Yeah.
Yogscast in. This
What?
game is
What even is that?
Simon.
It's old Minecraft YouTubers.
Is Don
Oh.
Cheadle in this game?
no, right?
Because I'd buy it.
Yeah,
That would
that
be
would
the
be my
tipping point,
selling
yep.
point as well.
Yeah. Put Don
It's
Cheadle in
just-
it. I'm game.
It's just like I'm telling you, you guys should take a look at this game if you have not.
Yeah, I gotta look into it. That sounds
yeah,
hilarious.
And Mies
Mm.
and your character from your Xbox 360, your avatar.
Avatar.
Like
Oh
they,
yeah.
like that is just an like whatever. It's an unexpected gem right there. Like I bought that. I was like, hey, haha, I'm gonna play a crappy game, and I'm like, oh my god.
This game's actually good.
Yeah. So we're gonna go around and see what piece of shovelware was most notable. Purse went. Oh, Normcore went. Thor. I call on thee.
I would say it would be one of those racing games. I feel
Yeah. Like
nothing's
South Park
gonna
Rally.
immediately spring to mind. It was definitely one of those racing games.
Oh yeah. Anyone in particular or?
No, I just remember there was a point where you end up going around to everyone's house, and then so this person was playing Mario Kart, and this person was playing the Diddy Kong Racing, and this person was playing the Sonic House, and you're like,
Yeah.
Person has South Park Rally on the
Yeah,
N64.
Yeah. South Park Rally, and it's funny because I loved all those games, but South Park Rally was pretty bad. It was.
Oh, it's horrible.
It's horrible. It's horrible. Like one of my favorite games growing up was South Park 64. I don't even think my N64 will play it these days.
Throwing the snowballs.
The
snowballs.
snowballs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and you could and like how did people not like it? Like you could right click or sorry, well, like right click on PC. I must have played it on PC then at one point as well. But you can use like the B button and change your regular white snowballs into yellow snowballs, which do extra damage. That was great.
Yeah, there you
awesome.
go.
And the question and don't ask how they turn yellow. Yeah, there's a lot of shovelware with the South Park franchise, and they completely were like, no games until they get a hand.
Yeah, there
in
was
it.
a chef trivia game. I think.
Chef's
Chef's
Love
Love
Shack.
Shack, which I actually have
Yeah.
over here.
There you go.
yeah.
Do I have it over here? No, I have Jeopardy over here.
Same thing.
Same thing.
There were
My
a lot on
absolute-
Huh?
Game Boy Advance had a lot. Game Boy Advance had a lot.
yeah,
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
Oh, Game Boy Advance was full of shovelware. Game Boy Advance and the Wii
yeah.
yeah.
both
Mhm.
just had so
Mhm.
much.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
My favorite
Um,
shovelware technically was, and they re-released on Steam was Chex Quest.
I
don't
knew
know
you were
if
going to
you
say
know
Chex
that.
Quest.
Yeah.
I don't know if
knew
you
it.
know that classic. Because I
Dude,
was PC gamer back in the day, and it was like the Doom
Yep.
mod that was you
Yep.
were shooting blobs like boogers with Chex based.
They were like
weapons.
cavity monsters. They're trying to give your teeth
Yeah.
cavities or something.
Yeah.
I bought the remake on
Yeah, there's a
Steam
remake.
recently.
Yeah.
Let me see what it's called. I'll pull
It's
up my
it's
library
Chex
real
Quest
quick.
HD. I don't-
Okay, cool. Yeah, and it's great. It's fantastic.
There's Chex Quest 2, Flemoids Take
Uh,
Chextropolis, Chex Quest
my.
3, and Chex Quest HD. Yeah, it's like my god.
It was amazing as a kid seeing all this.
Yeah.
It wasn't a bad little for what free little game that you get with cereal. Like it really wasn't bad.
I mean,
Like,
Doom's
it was
great.
better
Oh, we
than it
got
should
it.
have been. Yeah,
Doom's great.
it was great.
Yeah, Doom's a good game.
exactly. And with cereal skins on top of it, it's even better.
And slap the Chex Man on it, and you're good.
Yeah. Chex Eternal. So let's get into Pokemon. There's gonna be some Pokemon stuff.
Oh.
Let's do this. There was a Beavis and Butthead game for the Super Nintendo. Smithy wrote about the Beavis and Butthead game.
Yeah, I've played that game. It's rough.
I've never played that. I remember
It is.
Not
It's
worth
not good.
going back on the tangent. I also played like Rocco's Modern Life. That was one of my favorite games, and it's such a weird mechanic. You have to like steer the dog. You have to. It's whatever. It's a whole puzzle game with a very unique mechanic I've never seen in any other game. Pokemon.
There was one
Yeah,
that you
go for
guys
it.
just really quick, and we
No,
gotta
no,
sneak
do it,
this
do it, do
in.
it. As long
Because
as
you
it's
guys
low.
pulled it out of my brain, and I
Yes.
completely forgot it existed. There's a game I grew up with on the PS1. I think my brother, one of my brothers, bought it for like my birthday or something. Earlier, somebody mentioned a Razor Scooter. They had a
Yes.
Razor Scooter
Yeah.
game on the PS1, and it just got like pulled out of my brain. That's probably the one that is most notable to me because I played it quite a bit, but I'm sure if I play it nowadays, it's probably really bad. But used to just it was like a Tony Hawk clone, but just on Razor scooters.
You're like reminding me of like my parents in camp. They'd buy me a game when they came to visit, and like
Yeah.
I like had asked for something like Golden Sun, and oh no, it was a Game Boy Color game. So who knows what it was? Donkey Kong Country, Donkey Kong Land, or whatever. Who knows what it
Mhm.
was? And they got me Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 or something.
Oh no.
And it's
On the Game Boy, it's a whole different
isometric.
thing.
Yeah, on the Game
Game
Boy.
Boy Advance one is really
Oh.
cool, but
It was
No,
it was
this is
dope
not
when it
it.
came out.
Not the Game Boy Color one. The Game Boy
Oof.
Oh,
Color
no.
one. Yeah,
No.
I was like, oh god. I just saw it in because like it's fine, I guess. Like there are games that kind of replicate that with man, what's there's an indie game, Ali Ali, which kind of
Ali
replicates
Ali,
that
yeah.
feel
Oh, yeah.
of the 2D ones. So it was functional, but God.
the
God.
Game Boy Advance one was actually pretty decent. I
It was
remember
great.
I had a Game Boy
It
Advance,
was
and
it
it was
was
like
third person,
Yeah.
right?
pretty solid.
It was just like
It was a
Yeah,
launch title.
like
It was a launch
Yeah.
title.
isometric. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was
It came-
really
I-
interesting.
That was one of the first Game Boy Advance games I had. That and the Mario one. The Mario.
It was like
Mario Brothers 2.
surprisingly great. So
I
yeah,
know
it
we're
was good.
going
yeah.
in different tangents, but I'm going to embrace it. Game Boy Advance
Okay.
launch titles. I feel I'm gonna leave Thor out accidentally through this, but Rayman was like what I had. I had Rayman and
I had one on
Mario and God, it was
Mario
so good.
Advance.
Mario
I didn't
Advance.
know
know
it
that
was so
Rayman was on
weird.
Game Boy Advance.
It was a launch title.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I had the Nintendo Power that explained it like highlighted
Yeah.
5 specific games. It
Yep,
was like
yep.
a unique issue.
It was
Um,
yeah. It was like a weird
know what I'm talking
player's
about?
guide. Yeah, I have.
Yeah,
that.
it was like Game Boy Power Advance. They did like this one-off thing
Yeah,
for
yeah,
like
yeah.
5 issues. But they had it was so confusing. They had Super Mario Advance, Super Mario Brothers 2,
Yes, yes,
Super
yes.
Mario Advance 2, Super Mario World, Super Mario Advance 3, Yoshi's Island. Like it was so like they did it
Yeah.
so weird how they
It-
released those
It
games
was
on the Game Boy
super weird.
titles. Yeah. And they didn't get around to Mario Brothers 3 until like Super Mario Advance 4.
Yes.
which
Yeah,
was,
yeah, yeah.
like-
Which was like backpedaling a little bit, you know?
yeah, it's just it's odd, but it was cool to play Super Nintendo games on my GBA as a kid.
Yeah, it is, and I I don't know if I've mentioned this on the podcast before, but like I went home one day and I looked. We have a sealed copy of the launch title. We just have a sealed copy lying around accidentally of Mario Advance 1,
Wow.
and Super Mario Brothers
Weird.
2. It's yeah. I was like, oh man, what is this doing in the bathroom? Anywho, I like opened a drawer in the bathroom and I found Super Mario Advance 2 sealed. Sorry, Super Mario Advance sealed. Yes. Getting
Legendary.
back
Stole a
on.
Christmas present, forget about it.
Yeah, exactly. I
Right.
was like, I went to my father. I'm like, can I take this? He's like, yeah. I'm like, sweet. And by the way, these tangents are the best part of the podcast, so don't just embrace them. Feel free to go on any one you want. But I want to make sure we get some more PC ones. I want to freaking highlight Thor. Thor is awesome.
I did grow up with Nintendo. I had
You
the
did?
N64, NES. So like,
Okay.
it's just a matter of just
Mhm.
pulling out that knowledge from so many years ago.
Absolutely, absolutely. Wait, did you have
Yeah.
the Super Nintendo? Did you grow up with the same stupid games I did? And
Pro-
Normcore
Probably,
because
not gonna lie. I
yeah.
remember like we got the NES for like randomly. I think like a nice nurse lady who like came to my house, gave me a flu shot once, gave us an NES, so I was just playing like
What?
Mario Bros. And it was
Dude,
just like
heck
weird like
yeah.
origin story.
Hello,
Yeah, I know.
nurse.
It's
So nice
like,
in Canada.
yeah, just like hey, like oh, the neighbor down the street. Oh, you want to bring a flu shot home with you? Here, you can give the kids a dose. It's like cool.
What was in
Pretty
that
healthy
flu
there.
shot?
What?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
it's like here's a Nintendo. It's like oh, I will
I-
take.
Okay.
I will play
Wow.
Duck Hunt. I will play Mario.
Yeah. So I
That's
mean,
awesome.
before, because obviously, like we're gonna get to Pokemon's MOBA in a second, but I'm gonna do it again. I had because shovelware, the games I grew up on were Last Action Hero and Super Star Wars and
Oh man.
Lawnmower Man for the Super Nintendo.
Oh,
Those
Lawnmower Man.
3 games, and Lawnmower Man blew my mind.
I remember that for
You remember that?
Genesis. Yeah, I had it on Genesis, or I played
Oh,
it on Genesis, and
but
it had
it's
like
still-
the 3D
Yes,
sections
it's
on
yes, it still had
it.
it.
It was like what?
Yeah, so it was
Yeah,
like it was like
crazy.
standard. Yeah, it was like standard like platformer shooty type of thing, and then like you
Yeah.
go into a triangle or something, and then suddenly you're in Tron. You know, you're in like
Yeah.
it's like Star Fox, but it's you can see your hands and like you're dodging things, and like Star Fox was way better, by the way.
I have to look this game up.
It's fascinating. It's
It is.
Lawnmower Man.
Lawnmower Man for the Super Nintendo. And someday, like maybe that's one goal I'll get to. I'll buy all those like specific 3 games, those horrible 3 games that I owned. I mean, we owned
Yeah.
other things. I rented Mega Man, and we owned Mario All Stars, so we had good games. But I did play a lot of Last Action Heroes first level. Like those games would not get you past like the first levels. Stupid.
Oh yeah. When you're a kid, you
Yeah.
just play anything you got as many times as you can.
As many times as you can.
Those were your games.
Yeah,
That was me with Out of This World. I had Out of This World. I don't know if anyone else had
Ooh.
that game, but
Yeah.
that was my version of Lawnmower Man. Was Out of This World. It was so confusing, but
That's the
so interesting.
cinematic adventure game, right?
Right?
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
I was just talking
yeah.
about that because I have
Here we go.
I have Heart of Darkness. I was gonna pull
Yeah.
out.
Same guy. Yeah.
Yeah, same
Yeah.
guy.
Oh man,
Yeah,
Heart of
thing.
Darkness is
I
great.
love that I
Yep.
just have that right there. I
Why
knew
wouldn't
we were
you?
gonna talk about it. But yeah, no, it was like those games are so cool, and you don't really see those anymore, to be
I
honest.
know.
I think there was one done by the guy who did Earthworm Jim. I might be lying. But it was like
You just can't go a day without bringing up Earthworm Jim. Podcast.
it was relevant. It was
It's
relevant.
like it's physically impossible for you not to bring up Earthworm Jim. I love it so much.
One day I trolled him and I was like, okay, everyone just that we're gonna raid him and just ask him just relentlessly about Earthworm Jim, why you're playing it, what he was not playing Earthworm Jim, when you're gonna play it, and it's just been this stupid ongoing gag. Yes, it was relevant this time.
It was. It was. I'll give you that this time.
It was
made sense.
relevant. The guy even looks like Jim. It's the same art style, but it's claymation. I don't know what they did with that. I don't know if they made it into something else. Unjack says Paperboy for the win and Skate or Die.
Hate or die.
Skate or Die. Yeah. Let's do this. Let's get to the Pokemon MOBA. Let's get to the game that's going to ruin video games for a while. Cause this is League of Legends for children.
I have not heard of this.
Oh yeah, it comes
Oh,
out
yeah.
Wednesday.
Footage of it.
I'll be
Oh, it
streaming
comes
it.
out Wednesday.
It comes out Wednesday on Switch. I'll be
Okay.
streaming it if anyone wants to play, and then I'll be probably stopping playing it. I don't know. We'll see. League of Legends, is it's very popular for a reason. It's done very well. They're not. This one has like a sports element to it, where you're like trying to pick up things and place them in goals. I think.
Yeah,
Which
dunk a
is-
basketball.
Yeah, it's kind of. It's
Okay.
a little weird. It's a little bit of a tangent from murder everything in League of Legends.
Yeah.
But it's still it's still a dressed up League of Legends. And it comes out Wednesday. You can play as a bunch of Pokemon characters. I think it only has 1 lane as opposed to League of Legends 3. And you can like give Snorlax a buoy You can dress up your characters and dress up your Pokemon trainers and whatnot.
Yeah.
It looks like you start off as a basic form Pokemon and you evolve as you play it.
It depends on the Pokemon.
Oh,
It
that'd be
depends on the.
interesting.
It depends on it, because I think there are
So like, yeah,
separate one. Like Pikachu never evolves. I think.
of course, of
'Cause
course.
Of course.
Even
yeah.
though I mean, come on.
It's not
But,
Ash's Pikachu.
but there's but there's like Gengar's in it, and I was watching footage and I saw Ghastly flying around, so I was like, okay, I guess they like.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Yeah, and I saw Vulpix running around, which evolved into the Alolan Ninetales.
Oh, that's
So,
cool.
Yeah,
that was,
and also while we're on this topic, not to
Yes.
pile on, but
yeah.
is Machamp really popular?
Any Gen 1 is popular.
Yeah, anything from
People
the
just
original
love
game.
Machamp because I've never really been like into that Pokemon. I've always thought he like was whatever, but like he's always in these.
He was in
these
the starter
games. Like,
deck.
he was in the.
He was in the original Pokemon starter deck. He was the rare.
Which one is that? Is
I
that the
guess,
kicking
yeah.
one?
Huh?
No,
So that's
the
the
Goro.
kicking
The
one.
Goro.
Yeah,
Goro.
he's like
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, gotcha.
Immediately, everyone
think-
knows.
yeah.
Yeah, back in the day when there's 151, that's all I needed.
Yeah.
You'll have to when you add more. I just
Because
hold on.
wasn't there like a Machop and the
Yep.
whatever?
Yeah,
like,
there's
Machamp,
like
was-
3
that was-
evolutions.
Machoke.
yeah.
Choke, yeah.
I was just curious on that
That
because
was
it always seems like Machamp is always in these games.
Oh,
Like,
it's a
and
fun.
I'm like,
It's it's a
Yeah.
combat game. I don't know. It's like adding in. They
I
have
think he's
Mr.
an
Mime
easy
here,
pick
but
just because he's like a fighting looking guy. So anything
Right.
that has fighting, they're like, ooh, we have Machamp.
I'll
Right.
double down on this. Then what about Mr. Mime? Because Mr. Mime seems to be in everything now.
It's a weird one.
Mr. Mime.
He's in
Mr.
this,
Mime's
Oh, man.
awesome.
but is he? Is he just like Nightmare Fuel? Is that just what it is?
It is
Like,
a little bit scary.
Is it just that it just sticks in people's heads? Oh man.
I don't know. I guess a lot of people
like-
recognize him because he's always just been very out there.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
people just recognize him, so they throw him in. I don't know. I don't know how they pick from their 700 Pokemon they have. So
Yeah.
Right.
The humanoid Pokemon are a little bit weird. Like,
Yeah.
some of
the
them
ones
are.
that where like there was one that like was a Tangela that had like shoes. Like, how's that thing getting shoes?
How's it-
And then
Those
there's one
shoes.
that like has a dress on, and
Yeah,
it's
Jinx.
just- it's
Jinx.
Jinx, and it's just like that's
Oh, Jinx is weird.
There's actually
Why are these
a
things fighting?
there's actually a Loxton Noggin whatever. I'm like, if I'm gonna say this person's I'm gonna talk about this person's content. I might as well say their name, right? There's Loxton Noggin is one of the big YouTube Pokemon streamers, and he
Mhm.
did his like top 10 least favorite Pokemon or something, and he had
Oh,
an
no.
exact type of thing with that with like Cinderace. So let me pull up
Mhm.
Cinderace for you. I'll try to zoom in as well. It has pants. It has
Yeah, I was
shorts.
gonna say it has like fur pants, right?
It has shorts and a
Yeah.
belt, and
It's super weird.
Yeah.
and then legs,
Yeah.
and then boots that are like
Yeah.
like soccer, like
It's a cleat-
tracked.
yeah, soccer
Yeah,
cleats.
Fire
cleats.
Fleets, yeah.
Like
Yeah.
what? Like what? Like that's all fur? You're telling me that's all
Mm.
fur? That's
Yeah, it's very weird.
It's very
Yeah,
weird.
But then you get like the dark stuff that's like, was it Cubone's backstory? Is like it
Cubone's
found its
backstory is-
mother's
Yeah,
dead
he's
body
real.
and then put on its
Skull.
skull. It's like, what?
Yeah,
Why
yeah.
is this? No.
But at least that makes sense. It's horrifying. But
It is horrifying. Yeah.
I mean, if you ever take a look at like Pokemon lore, it's hilarious. And there's actually here I go again. There's actually a Did You Know Gaming video that came out recently where there was an original Pokedex that was only in Japan. It was like a translated. It was like a book or something, and they got a rare because it's extremely rare. They spent thousands of dollars on it or something, and then translated it to English. So they have 2 videos going over like the first Pokedex, with the original creator's input, going over everything about it. It's like 2 videos, and obviously it's weird, but like the Pokedex we have is weird. Drifloom carries young like children to their deaths, I think.
Oh.
If you look in the
Yeah.
yeah.
I got a really funny one I gotta read to you.
yeah,
It's,
please.
You ever heard about a spoink? You ever heard of
Yes.
Spoink?
That is a
What?
pig with
They,
a spiral
he-
tail, and it bounces.
It
Bounces,
bounces.
yeah.
Here's its description. Spoink keeps a pearl on top of its head. The pearl functions to amplify his psychokinetic powers. Spoink bounces around on its tail. As a result, it can't afford to stop bouncing. If it stops, its heart stops.
Oh my
How does
goodness.
it sleep?
Just always
Does
bouncing.
it bounce in its sleep?
Always
Is it just like
bouncing,
Yeah.
baby.
It's just its
Ugh.
description. It's so like kid friendly at first. It's like if it stops bouncing, its heart stops. It's
it
like,
will
oh,
die?
Like
yeah.
a hummingbird or whatever, where it's like,
Yeah.
I keep flapping your wings.
Yep.
And...
It's the type of thing where it is night. Like there's so much weirdness in Pokedex. I mean, the stopping bouncing thing is very similar to like the next entry on this list from Gamer Rant is Charmander, which once again, if its tail goes out,
Yeah.
if it's
It dies.
we all cried. We all cried in that episode. Don't say you didn't.
Oh yeah.
We all cried in that episode.
Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This game though, Unite. Are you guys wanting to get this game? Because I watched footage, I researched it a little bit, and it's not really speaking to me. But I
Yeah.
can see how it would be fun with friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
definitely.
League of Legends is fun with friends, and then like after you get into it with friends, you can play a little bit on your own and realize what a nightmare it is. League of Legends' biggest downfall is its community, and the
Yeah.
and the toxicity. But it's Pokemon, so it's not gonna have that. I'm planning like already. I think I was talking
Well.
to Joho or someone, and I was like, on Wednesday,
Yeah.
let's just play together. So anyone who wants to
Yeah.
play, like, I'm down to play on Wednesday. I don't think this is going to be my new game, right? But it's a Pokemon
gonna get it.
game. I'm gonna try it. Yeah, it's free. There's no way they're not doing this for free. You know, well,
Yeah, it's
know,
Oh,
you know,
I didn't know it was free.
Okay, yeah.
that's,
it's
Yeah.
gotta be free. They're ripping
It
off
probably
League
has
of Legends.
microtransactions, I would guess.
I would only guess. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's gotta have it. Yeah.
I gotta get that Mr.
Um,
Mime skin.
Yeah, you gotta get.
It's very important.
No.
Yeah.
Burns his
I have
fingers get, like, gross.
I have a friend who is like, he would bring up Unite to me. Like sometimes he's like, "Yo, whatever happened to Pokemon Unite?" Because like they never said anything about it for a long time, and I was like, "What is that?" I was like, "I don't even remember." And he showed me the trailer, and I was like, "Oh, I do remember them showing this off." I think they showed it off a long time ago, and then just didn't say anything about it. And then now you said it's coming out Wednesday, so cool. I'll have
Yeah,
to
I'm
tell
pretty
him
sure.
about
I'm
that,
pretty
'cause I
sure
don't
it's
think he knows.
Wednesday. Pokemon Unite
Yeah,
launch date.
I just looked it up. It said July 21st.
Okay, good. Don't just lie to you guys. This is
No, you're right.
No, this
Throwing
time.
lies out
Yeah. Wednesday night. Okay, we went down the rabbit hole. I'm gonna do this. We went down the rabbit hole of odd Pokedex entries. So Banette is a ghost type. Here is what it looks like. So you can see that it's got. I think this is like the Ultra form or whatever. Basically, it's a
Oh.
puppet, right? All right.
It's got a lot of zippers and
It's got a lot of zippers. Yes.
It's from
a
Kingdom
mega-
Hearts.
It's
It
from
kind-
Kingdom
it's
Hearts.
kind
That's
of
like
got-
very Kingdom Hearts-esque.
This Pokemon doesn't have one weird Pokedex entry as many. All of them seem to focus on the Pokemon having been a plush toy that was abandoned. The Pokedex entry from Ultra Sun says, "It's a stuffed toy that was thrown away and became possessed, ever searching for the one who threw it away, so that it can exact its revenge."
Jeez.
Okay.
It's
okay.
that's just like any episode of Goosebumps, though. I mean, that's not too.
Yeah,
That's
That's
kids are
that's-
used to
that's
this at this
Chucky
point.
territory. That's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
It's just a ghastly in a toy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
oh my
pretty
God.
much.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mimikyu is scarier to me because what's under that thing?
what's under
Yeah,
that
it
thing,
is-
man?
It's kind of scary.
Mimikyu is actually pretty scary.
Yeah. I'm like looking at the news right now. There's less interesting news going on, like Take-Two removing old GTA mods with DMCA, YMCA notices. And like Last of Us TV show casting Tommy's actor as not Tommy. But like I don't know how much you guys care about that. I like the question of what was your first game?
Oh.
You guys like that one? We did that at a
a good
friend's house
question.
today. I feel like I think me and Normcore have done this before, but
Yeah.
I said mine before with freaking I think it was just Wario Land. I don't know why I keep thinking it's Wario Land 2 or something, but it was Wario Land 2 was the popular one. I didn't have the popular one. No, that was too cool for me. I think it's because it's like when Mario 6 Golden Coins came out, it was Super Mario Land 3 6 Golden Coins, Wario Land or something.
It was Super Mario Land 2, the 6 golden coins, and then I
Right.
Yeah.
think 3 was Wario Land. Yeah.
Like exactly. So that's the thing. That's probably where it comes from. It's weird.
Mhm.
Nintendo and its naming, they do it right.
Yeah, they love to make it confusing.
Yeah, why can't they just be like Jeopardy? Not even Jeopardy 64, Jeopardy.
Earthworm Jim.
Earthworm Jim. Earthworm Jim 2.
Right back to that.
Yes. I'm waiting for my sequel, even though Interplay is sold, or no longer working. Oh, sorry. No, that's right. There is there is.
That's what I'm about to say. There is definitely.
There is an
sequel
Earthworm
to
Jim
it.
4 coming out for the for
Yeah.
some other remake.
Really?
Yeah,
You
for
can
one
play
of the
the
Amico.
was the 3D one, the 64.
No,
Earthworm Jim
no.
64 with the worst camera.
no. There's
Oh,
Earthworm
it's
Jim
got one,
4.
all right.
Earthworm Jim 4 for the exclusively for the. I sent this to Normcore at one point for the Intellivision Amico.
Oh, right.
They're like, take a look. Like it totally exists. They have a 40-second. Oh, this is the teaser, but there's actually like gameplay. But no, this is it. This is it. Where it's just like he moves left and right, and they're like, look, I'm telling you,
It
it's a
exists.
game. I'm telling
That
you,
looks
it's a
pretty
game.
cool. I like this like parallaxing.
Yeah, it's actually
That's really-
it does look nice, but
Yeah.
but that's all we heard. That actually that was in August.
Forgot about the
2020.
Amico.
Yeah, didn't everyone?
Yeah.
Yeah, really did.
It looked very neat, I guess.
Yeah. There's
Wow,
also
why did Earthworm
yeah.
Jim 4 actually looks like really that looks really decent. The little
Right.
it looks
tech
fine.
demo they have.
It looks fine. They have to make a game around it. Like that's a great engine for
Yeah.
it,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
That's a great starting place. But now they have to make an actual game. Thor is back.
Okay, sorry, I lost my camera there. The HDMI unplugged.
That's
Good.
okay.
Alright.
So we were talking about first games. I guess bird cultured. I
Yeah.
haven't called on you in a
I'm
while.
trying to think.
Okay, we
no,
can.
I
we
was
can go-
thinking about like I was
Ooh, I love
I
that
was raised on
zoom.
PC. Ooh, yeah, that was
Yeah,
It's
so
nice
you want
dramatic
beard
zoom.
cam? I do the full beard cam. And then we're all
Dude,
good.
yes. Go to a stream,
Oh,
you'll get the
speak
full
first.
beard cam. I'm telling
zoom
you.
it in.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Other people come for. Other people stay.
Subscribe.
We just
good.
we just got 50
Subscribe
more
to
viewers
Thor.
right after that. Wow.
Weird.
Wow.
We got the whole soundboard. And
How'd
the
they
whole
know?
Yeah.
People come for Goose Goose Duck. They stay for the beard cam.
Mhm.
He's not lying. He's not lying. So bird culture. Did you have a game that
Yeah.
you wanted to talk
I was
about?
saying I was saying okay, so I was raised on PC as well.
Hmm.
And like I remember we had like the 5 games that stick out to me, and then the one that really like I think might be the first like remember like we had like back in the day we had like the Dr. Brain games, which I don't know if you know, it's like puzzle games that were put out by Sierra. We had the King's Quest games.
Oh yeah.
We had like Number Blasters or something like that, educational.
Yeah.
We had Wolfenstein, which my mom was
Wolfenstein.
really. Is it Steen or Stein?
It's
Stein. You know,
Wolfenstein.
the original Wolfenstein. And that we played that. My dad brought it home, and I was like 2, and it was it'd been out for a minute by then. But then like my mom came in, it's like, you're shooting Nazis and German shepherds. This is not good for the kid. So that was
Oh,
that.
it's my father's favorite game.
It was just the violence. I mean, yeah. The game that like really sticks with me from like the childhood is the Commander Keen Goodbye Galaxy.
Okay.
Oh
So
man.
Yeah.
early id Software,
Yep,
and
yep.
I've been meaning to play it on stream for a while. I think it might be one of the next ones I do, but Yeah, that one really stuck with me. That and the King's Quest.
Yeah, I
we're
had
a DOS
no.
family.
Yeah, I didn't know King's Quest until I don't know. Like I don't think I even knew of King's Quest. I got it's for those who don't know King's Quest, it is it's a text-based adventure in a way. It's a point and click.
Oh,
Point
the
and
first
click.
one. Yeah, we had the point and click. So we had
Yeah,
4 or 5, and 6.
but it's like a real adventure game through point and click. I mean, it's
I
not.
think
It's
it was the
it's no
first
putt-putt.
point and click that ever was released. I think.
Really, that would get debated. I'm
Or
sure.
one of them. Like I
It's-
forget. Like that series was the first series
Sierra
to really
Games
put
was
graphics to it.
Sierra Games was like innovative for sure. I don't know if they were the first. Yeah, but like is Space Quest and King's Quest. I didn't have a knowledge of it, and then I watched like there is, their playthroughs on Game Grumps that I definitely got into that, and I was like, man, I have so much respect for it now, and especially with the remake. They had I think Christopher Lloyd does the voice of the grandfather in the new ones. That's crazy.
Really?
Nice.
Yeah, and
yeah,
like
he was in the newest King Quest.
and the King's Quest games, they like canonically take place after each other. So there's like an ongoing storyline. It's really cool.
Yeah, like it's all like one family or
Huh.
something.
Yeah. And if you play an old one, you'll probably not be able to beat it because they had like cheesy things like there will be parts where if you saved after like a rat ran across, like you need to do something to that rat. You need to click really quickly.
You had to
or you're
throw the
locked.
boot at the cat that was chasing the rat.
Yep.
And if you didn't, it soft locked it and
Soft
you couldn't
locked.
beat the game.
Yep.
Oh,
good.
there's so many like that. You give like there are 2 items in the game. Like you had a pie and then a turkey leg, and if you give the eagle the wrong one, you can't beat the game. It's a whole thing.
Yeah.
Sierra Adventure games were just pretty much trash. Like they were until they like evolved a bit. Like LucasArts changed it completely, and they like you couldn't for the most part you couldn't really soft lock like you could in Sierra.
Yeah. It's like another one of those types of games comes to mind, but I don't know if any of you guys know this one. It's probably obscure. There was an Ace Ventura point and click.
Really?
I think
I did
so.
not know about this.
I'm pretty sure there was an Ace Ventura point and click. I could be crazy, but I remember it was something like that. Maybe it was an Austin
believe
Powers
you.
point and click. It was one of the two.
I'm gonna.
Ooh,
Yeah, that's crazy. I'm
man.
gonna need to.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need
And
to
it was
see
like
this.
it had all the like wackiness of
Ace Ventura, you're right.
Oh
Yep.
my god. Yeah. Wow. I've gone through a lot.
I was gonna say like Leisure Suit Larry's kind of like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know that thing, but wow.
Yeah.
Ace Ventura point and click.
I have Magna Cum Laude. I don't think I can play it on the channel, but I have that.
Yeah, that's a game that exists.
Yeah, that's a game that exists.
No cussing, but this is okay.
I'm not playing it. As I said, I don't think I can play it. Yeah. Canadian Thor, what was your first game?
I think my first was officially that flu shot lady. Give me
Oh,
Super Mario.
man,
Nice.
what?
Random flu shot lady, if you're out there, I still have it. I still play it occasionally.
Yes.
You plug her in,
Yes.
Amazing.
Yeah.
and yay, free healthcare.
Yes. Oh,
Free healthcare
man.
and you get Nintendo consoles.
Yeah.
Like I'm
This
choosing
is
that.
That
He's
is
really
great.
killing
all the
it.
time. Like what was it? If you got your COVID vaccine, like Chicago was offering like $1 million lottery or something.
Yeah, there were places that were giving away like
God.
free guns and stuff. Like
Yeah,
we tried everything. Yeah. It's so.
Listen, I was never afraid of getting the flu shot again. I was always secretly hoping I'd get another game. But
Yeah.
never did.
Pavlovian, like they trained you. Oh man.
Canadian Thor goes to get a COVID shot, and they're all right. He's like, "Where's my Switch?"
Did any of you guys go to like one of those dentists that promoted on TV that they'd give you like a GameCube or an N64 if you went?
No.
I remember this on TV. It was like a popular thing. Like if you go to our dentist, you come out with a Nintendo 64. Like what? Mom.
Weird promo.
I mean, it got me to be like,
Wow.
I want to go there.
Yeah, you don't want to go to the dentist for sure.
Yeah, I'm like, take out all my teeth and give me the Nintendo 64. Like, yes.
Wow.
1,000 times yes. Like, you'll get a Game Boy Advance. Like, what? Are you kidding
So
me?
weird.
You're like, spend $4,000 in braces and get
Yeah.
an N64.
Yeah, I know, right?
I was sold.
What a deal.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably what kids are like today with like Fortnite skins. Fortnite skins are like
Oh, yeah.
$20.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, take a look.
Dang.
So they're like $14 if you want the skin, but not the like Master Chief, but
Oh.
without the like gravity hammer and the warthog. But if you
Gotcha.
want
Get the
it
full
all,
package.
if you want the full package, you're paying $22.
Shoo.
Yeah, isn't that
As a
crazy?
parent of a 3-year-old, this terrifies me for the
Yeah.
future. What he'll be spending money on.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
Mhm.
That said, I've spent enough money on like the loot boxes from Overwatch, like
Oh
that
God, I
try
did too
getting
back in the day.
skins. I'm like,
Yeah.
I guess I can't judge anything at this point.
That's fair.
I mean, yeah, I don't. That's why I quit. Actually, you know what? It's not why I quit League of Legends, but I guess it kind of added to it. I
Right.
play some Fortnite. I get everything I use all the free. I spent like $10 at one point, and then they give you free credit along the way. So I don't need anything. They give you so much along the way that you don't need to buy anything with Fortnite. If you do their like they have like a season pass thing, and if you complete their season pass, they give you enough in-game currency to buy the next season pass and more. So like
If you play enough, then you can just
yeah,
get it all for free.
you
Basically,
can get it all for free, so it's less than like having to buy a bunch of loot boxes. Having said that, I'm against the entire culture of microtransactions and loot boxes and
Yeah.
everything. It's not like I played League of Legends. League of Legends again is like you can if you play more, you get more of the characters and stuff, and now I think they actually give out skins the same way. But yeah, so I never fell into that trap of like buying a bunch of loot boxes.
When
Though
I
I
was a kid,
yeah.
I remember EverQuest, like I saw an ad in like the Matrix VHS to play EverQuest 2 or something, and
Oh, yeah.
I remember desperately not knowing that you had to like pay to play that game. But you had to pay to play the game. You had to put credit card information, and my parents like, no, we're not. We bought the game, but we're
Yeah.
not doing that. And I
Yeah.
remember I tried my best to commit identity theft as a little kid. Like, would this credit card number
I
work?
don't know what you're
Like,
talking
look,
about. Yeah.
not possible to really stumble upon it. But yeah,
Though
yeah, I
I
fell
say,
victim
yeah.
to play scheme a long time ago.
Though I say like I don't fall into the trap of loot boxes. You guys will see this in the delay. I do collect Pokemon and Magic the Gathering cards, and that's like the original. That is like the OG. So
it is the original loot
There you
box.
go.
yeah. This is the culture. This is the future. Embrace it. Normcore, I think you're the one who hasn't mentioned your first game, or you did.
Me and
I don't think
Normcore are
You and
left.
Normcore.
first
You
thing go.
yes.
Yeah. I'll go first. Mine's Link to the Past. Just waking
Oh,
up, and
oh
ever
my
since I've been
God.
alive and cognizant, we've had a Super Nintendo. So Link to the Past, I would just explore and die, and loved it. I was just like, I was like a little kid.
I wish
Is
that
that
was my
in
first
Super
game.
Mario World?
Damn.
Yeah.
That was great.
It's like the earliest memory I have of a video game is wandering around in the overworld, and then I was a weird kid. I would pretend to be Link, so I would like I was like a little kid. I would go down to the junk drawer in our kitchen, and I'd open it, and that'd be like my menu, and I would just take stuff from there, and I'd be like, all right, this is what. And then I'd run around with a hanger, and that'd be my bow and arrow.
That's
So
awesome.
Amazing.
I vividly remember that.
Oh
So,
I used to
man.
do things like that all the time. The imagination, man.
Yeah.
I miss it. Where did it go?
Yeah.
I know.
Before things happened.
I know you had a Link to the Past, but I had Lawnmower Man.
Same thing.
I watched some footage of that, and it looked interesting.
It's so
It
yeah.
sure does.
It blew my mind as a kid, but it was trash. Super Star Wars was great, but it was really hard. That was
So
great.
hard.
It was
hard
so
game.
hard.
So many weekends ruined renting that game. Like, what
Yeah.
were we thinking? We would go back for more. Like, we'll get it this time. We're gonna beat it this time. And we'd rent it, and then we'd just get so demoralized. Like, what? We
Yeah.
just wasted a weekend.
Ah, so annoying. So annoying. Purse, you're the only one. You're the only one. So I do have to
So-
compliment your Kill Bill back there.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, those are some of my favorite movies. Back to the Future, Goonies, and Kill Bill, all of my
Yes.
top 5.
Classic.
Um,
Only one of them has. Oh, sorry. Only one of them has not had a Lego set.
I would assume Kill Bill.
Yeah, Kill Bill is not the one in Lego
Yeah.
universe. Yeah.
Although that would be cool.
Yeah.
My first game, it's kind of hard because I started playing at a very very young age. Um, I remember playing like original Mario on NES a lot.
Yeah.
Uh, the first one like that I can remember, and I always just tell people it was my first, is Ocarina of Time on N64.
So good.
That's the first game that I remember beating, and I played it with my oldest brother a lot, and it still sits as one of my favorite games ever. Ocarina of Time, it's classic. It's a lot of people's like, oh yeah, one of my favorite games. A lot of people say that about OOT. We didn't have a Super Nintendo growing up, and that is my biggest like. Whenever I got older, I was like, man, I'm so mad that we didn't have a Super Nintendo because I saw the games on it. So I think whenever I turned 18, I bought my own Super Nintendo and started going on the backlog. Link to the
It-
Past is one of the
yeah.
first games that I played because I was like, I can't believe I didn't get to play this. We had a Genesis instead, and
Yeah.
there are some good memories I have of Genesis games, but the Genesis had a lot of really weird games on it, so a lot of the games we had were bizarre.
It's
But
very yeah. For those who don't know it, like the when you experience the like NES to like SNES, like whatever. When you experience the like Super Nintendo and then Nintendo 64 was like in the
oh, I
distance,
can't imagine
it
the
was
switch from the
just
two.
like everything exploded in 1999, 1997, I
Yeah,
think.
it's around there.
Yeah, it's around there. Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, late 90s. Everything like exploded. Like it was just yeah, there's just no like that was our first kind of foray into 3D, and everything was 3D. And I don't know if we'll get that again. I guess like even with like VR and stuff, like people slowly go into it. There is no like everyone's experiencing this new kind of format. And all these console generations iterations, they're all just kind of iterative. Even like the Game Boy to the Switch, well we played the the PSP was, I feel like, that jump where it went to like full 3D. um like Game Boy Advance to the PSP. Like I don't know, like is there, am I crazy here? I feel like we don't get that that this is like the future. Even with ray
We
tracing, like
don't
it's
get
not,
big jumps
we don't get big
anymore
jumps
like
anymore.
that. No, definitely not. You're not crazy on that. And I know a lot of people, obviously, I didn't experience it because some of my earliest memories are with 3D games.
Yeah.
But I know a lot of people that experienced that jump to
Yeah.
3D. Some people like stopped playing games at that point because
Yeah.
some people were like, "Oh, it's too much for me. It makes me like sick looking at it in 3 dimensions." I heard a few people say that whenever it switched from 2D to 3D, they like their brain couldn't fathom it, which is so
Yeah.
funny to think about.
No, yeah, it was like, wow, this is the, how could you make a game better than this? Like how could you make
Mhm.
a game that's better than Ocarina of Time? It was always on like the number one list, number one on the list. Like,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and it's still a great game.
Mhm.
And for
What's
those, yeah, yeah, go on.
and here's what's wild is the Super Nintendo games, in my opinion, hold up so much better than the 64 now. Like
Oh yeah,
Probably,
there's just
absolutely.
probably.
so many great SNES games still that still are awesome, and there's all these indie games coming out that are 2D platformers that are like that art style but better. And
Yeah,
it's like we haven't really seen the full potential of 2D in a weird way. So
I
it's
guess
kind of
it's
like, if anything, that's the future.
yeah, that is very interesting. Where it's like, yeah, like games were good like that. Like I feel like we
Mhm.
have seen the full potential with stuff like Hollow Knight. God, I
Sure.
can't. Yeah, I think there needs to be like a button, like I need to put a coin in the swear jar every time I talk about Hollow Knight. But it's a great game, and there's a lot you can do with 3D. And the thing with the N64 and those types of the first forays into 3D was it was exactly that. you know, eh, you had games like Ocarina of Time and then you had games like Bubsy. So, like, you had games
Shovelware, baby.
like Mario 64, and you had you had Glover, and
Yeah.
yeah, like there's a reason. There's a reason Earthbound 64 was canceled.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm wearing Earthbound shirt right now.
Oh,
So
no way! I couldn't even tell. That's awesome.
That's cool.
yeah,
Yeah.
I've got Nest
Very
on me
cool.
right now. I'm an enormous Mother fan. So
Man, I've gotta get on that at some point. I couldn't get through Earthbound because it's an old game and you have to like.
it's very hard to know
It's
where to
very
go
hard to.
first time
Yeah,
through.
exactly. But I do
Right.
want to play Mother 3 at some point. That's the only
Mother
game
3 is
I'll
a lot
buy.
more straightforward.
Yeah.
You don't really get stuck in it.
Yeah, I feel like that's the only game I'll buy like a fake card of because it's never
Yep.
happening.
Mhm.
And guys, we have only a couple minutes left, which is the saddest part of the show, so everyone can proceed to cry now as we go around and allow people to say any parting thoughts and promote their channel one more time. So I guess from does anyone want to start with any last thoughts and or promoting your channel? Not I'll just pick on someone. Norm, any closing thoughts?
I just enjoyed the time today. Great to meet you guys and get to know you a little bit. Super cool to have Canadian Thor, who's a game developer who has a game out.
There's a game
So I'm
out.
gonna, which is crazy. Super cool. Wasn't expecting that. But no, I just had a good time. It's fun to talk about this stuff coming up. It's fun. We spent a lot of time kind of reminiscing on the past, which is always a good time too.
Yeah.
And I look forward to hanging out with you guys in your streams in the future and meeting your communities as well.
Yes. I 1 second. I'm like, gotta have the shout out, but I'll take care of that. Go follow Normcore Gaming. They're amazing. Close friend of the channel. Let's keep this going. I guess Bird, would you like to go next?
Yeah. Sure. Final thoughts. Probably not buying either the new Nintendo Switch or the Steam Deck, for being real. But
Yeah.
that seemed that's taken back to the beginning. But yeah, no, yeah, it's been cool hanging out with everyone. And yeah, I have a lot of new channels I get to check out and whatnot. But
Yeah, and that's
yeah, well,
yeah.
oh, go.
No, I was gonna say, like, that's why I love doing this. I always try to have a variety and new people.
Mhm.
Every podcast I do, I try to bring in new people and good people for you guys at home to see and get to know. Because they're small Twitch is the best Twitch, and there's so many
Oh
just
yeah.
quality creators out there. And I'm not lying. Like, follow each and every one of these people, and you'll have a good
Mhm.
time. And I get an excuse to hang out with you guys. I'm always like game for this. This is awesome. Yeah. Anything else, Bird Cultured?
No, yeah,
Buy his book.
I'm trying to think of anything. I don't have. That's not available.
It's not
Darn it,
available.
But,
With
no.
the woman
Buy-
that was upside down
but-
into the buildings. I want that story. I want
Hey,
that
I gotta-
game.
I'm thinking
Yes.
that maybe I'll make an album book hybrid about the lady who was
Ooh.
naked between two buildings. and
Ooh, I'd be
Ooh,
down with
that-
that.
I'm in.
so may expect it in stores in what is it, July next month. So, yeah.
Next month.
I'm really quick. I'm real quick. Like,
Wow.
Yeah. No, I saw the album art. That was interesting.
It was a decision.
It was it was a decision. Purse. Would you like to go next?
Sure.
No pressure.
Oh no, absolutely. Final thoughts. I thought they were really fun topics today.
Thank you.
All stuff that I have been talking about with my community, and all things that are big in gaming right now. It's nice that stuff is starting to pop up again. We're getting new stuff coming out because we had that good year of like nothing. So
Yeah.
really cool to have stuff to look forward to, even if it's stuff you're not interested in. I still think it's always fun to talk about games. I think this was an awesome cast of people. It's so nice to meet all you guys. I want to
See-
come hang out with you and see what you do. This has been great. Pocket,
It's so great people. Such great people.
I haven't even had the chance to talk to Pocket a lot. Me and Pocket have only just
Yeah.
met each other. We met each other a little while back, but we have talked very briefly, and just from the little bit we've talked, we could tell we had a lot of similar interests, and
Such love, everyone. Seriously, like
kind of yeah.
I can't go wrong with the like. I'm always like I'm gonna bring on someone, and it's just gonna at some point, because I bring in such a variety, it's just gonna go wrong. And this is probably the like 17th podcast. It's hard for me to tell, and it's never. I've always come out with something, you know. It's always been great. So, and it's all thanks to you
Yeah.
guys. It's all thanks to you guys.
Well, thanks for having me on, man.
Yes.
And it's great to meet you guys. I definitely want to get to know you better. And talking about video games and childhood stuff is a really good way to get to know people. So
Yeah.
For sure.
And you
For
guys are
sure.
all invited back. Just let me know if you wanted to come back any specific time. If not, you know I'm going to be reaching out and bugging you. Canadian Thor, take us home.
Oh boy, I get to take us home.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
it's been a pleasure. It's been nice being able to turn off the Goose Goose Duck brain, and it
Yeah.
was weird going back to childhood games and just trying to reminisce in the past a little bit. Because yeah, for me, it's been 24 hours Goose Goose Duck.
Oh,
Which if
man,
you guys
yeah.
haven't already, you should download Goose Goose Duck. If you like it, please leave an honest Steam review. Help
Yes.
us out. Mobile coming soon. Honest Steam review. But yeah, I'm looking forward to getting to know you guys a little bit better. Creep your channels a little bit. Lurk Master 9000 right here.
Yeah.
I always tell my Goose Goose Duck community that I'm everywhere and nowhere. Always watching.
Yeah, guys, actually try out the game. It's free, right?
Free to play.
Free.
Free to play.
It's free to
Premium.
play. And they do like integrations with some streamers, so you can get some free currency as well. Telling you, it's good. It's a good time. We're gonna be playing it at some point.
Yes, we got it. We got it right tonight.
Yes. And yeah, and once again, everyone here, this has been the greatest cast. Well, now I'm gonna have other people, but this you guys are absolutely amazing. I can't wait to have each and every one of you guys on. Just a little bit of bookkeeping before we go. Here's the YouTube, which has most of the old episodes. Send people, if you're sending the episode, send it from Twitch for now. I think we're gonna be switching to YouTube for now on. It is a headache to deal with all this stuff. If you guys probably know me on Pocket, I'm not worth it. Go to these guys. But yes, I do stream during the week, and we at the end of all these at all of the podcasts, we try to find someone who has a low viewer count currently. Not that they're typically going to have a low viewer count, and we like to raid them. So if there's anyone that you guys have in mind, feel free to let me know. Right now I'm looking at Funky Bunch, I'm looking at Curblet, and I'm looking at like my 170. If there's any streamer, I just love to send them the love. Funky Bunch is doing like a 10-hour 100 followers special.
Oh wow.
And he has like not many viewers right now. This could be an interesting thing to just like throw at him. So let's see. Let's just make sure he's like in his seat or something. Yeah, he is.
Yes,
he
that's
is.
something you have to
Let's
always
go.
check.
I had to wait a second because of course there's the Skyward Sword ad. That was the other thing we were going to talk about, but nope, we can't do that. You'll have to tune in next week when we have
Find out next
I
time.
forget who. I think it's Jask and a bunch of other people.
Oh yeah, there you go. He'll want to talk about Skyward Sword.
Oh yeah, Jask will definitely want to talk about Skyward Sword. That's without a doubt. So let's start this raid. Thank you everyone for being here. We're gonna start this raid. We'll write it out probably because Twitch is annoying. /raid. Funky Bunch Show now, I think.
Yeah,
Right?
he changed it to Funky Bunch Show.
All right. Yeah, you guys are amazing. You're amazing.
You're amazing.
You're breathtaking.
Oh, you're
Yeah, you're breathtaking.
You're breathtaking. Yeah. I guess anything you want to say before we go, or should we just do this? Should we just hit this button? Let's do this.
Let's
for
roll,
having
baby.
us
on.
Let's go.
Let's
Thank
roll.
you, Pocket. We love you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you. We love you. Hit raid. All right.
We did it.
We did
Beautiful,
it.
we did it.